would like to call this meeting to order, please. If you would please stand for a moment of silence and the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you and welcome. We're very happy to have all of you with us this evening. Do we have any changes, amendments, additions, or deletions to the agenda?
No, ma'am.
Madam Superintendent?
I do. The agenda was revised with the chairman's permission for just cause on January 3rd and 4th to delete item 8.06 and add item 11.02. And a revised HR personnel list was added to board docs, item 9.01 today, and the board has been provided a copy.
Thank you. We need to approve the minutes.
There are no minutes to approve.
Okay, in that case, we will not approve them. At this time, we're very happy to have guests, and we will be having a representation recognizing the Tavares High School Special Olympics team. Who's doing that? Are you Mr. Stein? Well, come on down.
Good evening, Superintendent and Board. It's my honor to present our Tavares High School Special Olympics Unified Flag Football Team, who won their second consecutive FHSAA State Championship. Our team had a great season this year with a 4-2 record going into the state championship playoffs, and during those playoffs, they won both of their games, becoming the state champions again. The state championship games were played at UCF with teams from all over the state on December 5th. And our team is made up of our athletes and unified partners. So at this time, I'd like you to introduce them. Our coaches, our head coach is Jordan Talmadge, and our assistant coach, Miss Michelle Matheny. And our student representative, Zachary Cobb, Braden Solomon, Justin Northrop, Isaiah Welch, Daisha Connor, Lindsay Sylvester, Jacob Richards, Elizabeth Oden, and Isabella Colazzo.
We are certainly very proud of them and would like to congratulate them and tell you that we are very, very, very proud of you. And we look forward to you making it 3 times in a row. And if you would have them come up on the dais so we can greet them, we would very much appreciate that. Picture first. Come right this way.
Oh my gosh.
Congratulations. Congratulations. You're very welcome. Congratulations. Good job. Proud of you.
Congratulations. Well done.
Run her over.
She's tiny. You didn't get her. Okay, at this time, we're ready for public input. I don't think it's tied to any agenda items, so Mr. Vance Yoakum.
He immediately goes over to the timer.
You're on the clock.
Vance Yoakum, Tavares, just wanted to share 2 or 3 things with my internal audit hat on since I sent you a memo if you haven't had a chance to read it yet. But that I'm the new chair, and so I thought I'd share a couple things about internal audit with you that I checked, and I don't think you have a problem here at this school district. But in the UK, they had a post office scandal where years ago, and I'm illustrating why it's important to audit software, is that the post office in the UK hired Fujitsu for software. It miscalculated how much cash was on balance at post office branches, and 700 of their their post office managers were prosecuted with using bad information, which wasn't proved for like several years, so they had lawsuits. So now, just this last week, they had a TV show about the problems all these people had and that they weren't getting compensation, even though they've been proven that they were not guilty. And the Prime Minister came out and said, okay, we'll pay every one of them $600,000. So it gives you an idea of what happens when you have faulty software, and maybe it triggers things. Now, I know you don't have a lot of cash running through your operation, but it could be faulty grades or whatever, and so it is important to keep that in mind, that something that simple, and they have yet to go after Fujitsu, as well as the post office managers are being pilloried right now for ignoring it, and it's a big thing on the news. Next is that City of El Paso. I was looking at their audit department information, and it turns out that they had a really weak standard operating procedure, and we just happen to have covered that recently, on fuel cards that were used by the city commissioners. I checked, you don't have them, so you don't have to worry about that. But two of their city commissioners went out and just, it was like Christmas. They were refueling multiple cars on the same day, including maybe ones for campaign workers working on their campaign. One of them lost an election last year. The other one is going up for election this year and has attempted to retaliate against the auditor who's been there 17 years. And he filed a whistleblower lawsuit because that halts any retaliation firings. And that's why he did it. So, you know, things can get out in the public if you don't have it. And so maybe you got to think about getting another auditor or two. Thanks.
Thank you, and congratulations. We know we're in good hands if you're the chairman, so we appreciate your service. Mrs. Cullen, the Education Foundation.
Good evening, Chairman, board members, superintendent. Apple Mart has had 557 teacher visits year to date, and we've distributed $85,800 worth of supplies. We had the Teacher of the Year tapping last Friday. Carver Middle, we had Brittany Rudolph Montgomery. She is an 8th grade ELA teacher. Mount Dora High School, we had Cindy Bellamy, who is the ag teacher. And at Tavares High School, we had Karen Kelly, who is a math teacher. So it was a lot of excitement. Our out-of-county judges will be doing the observations and interviews this Friday. The event will be held on February 1st at Venetian Gardens. Duke Energy, Jenkins Auto Group, Ernie Morris Enterprises, and Hahn are the presenting sponsors. Jenkins will be presenting a 3-year lease for the winner on a 2024 Honda Civic. And Ernie Morris Enterprises and Hahn will be doing a classroom makeover valued at $20,000 for the winner. Other major sponsors include Addition Financial, Wharton Smith, ESI, Publix Charities, Matthias Food Service, Macklin Burnside, and Fairwinds Credit Union. The selection process is underway for our Rookie Teacher of the Year. The winner will be announced at Night of Stars on March the 5th, and that'll be at Venetian Center. We will also be honoring the Lake County School Board's Hall of Fame winners and inductees, and our school-related employees will be honored that evening. We have 3 New World Reading Initiative literacy workshops scheduled for February. On February the 3rd, we'll be at Lake Point Academy and Groveland Elementary. And then on February the 10th, we'll be at Seminole Springs. The 6th annual Skeet Shoot will be held on February the 23rd. Money from this event is earmarked for the Scott Strong Scholarship Fund. On November the 19th, Portello's, which is a new restaurant in Claremont, held a soft opening with free meals to anyone that donated to the foundation. And Portello's matched the donations, and tomorrow at the groundbreaking, they're going to be presenting the foundation with a $10,004 check. So that was very impressive. We were excited. So eat hot dogs at Portello's, please. The scholarship platform for the class of 2024 opened on January the 1st and will close on March the 15th. We have over $75,000 in scholarships that will be awarded in May, and a link to the site can be found on our website. Take Stock in Children's Scholarship applications for current 8th graders is also live, and it will close on February the 15th. Our next board meeting is January the 24th at the district office at noon, and we will be installing Cindy Falanga from Citizens Bank to the Board of Directors. Any questions? No? Thank you.
Thank you. We'll have our attorney's report. Mr. Myers?
Nothing.
None? Thank you, sir. Okay, at this time, Madam Superintendent, do you have a recommendation on the consent agenda?
I do. I recommend approval of the consent agenda items 8.01 to 10.09.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second. All those in favor, let it be known by a usual sign of aye.
Aye. Aye.
5-0 unanimously. New business. Consent, did you do all of them, ma'am?
I did. We're on discussion.
Okay. We're moving right along. We might get out of here in time. We will now have a public hearing on some policies, school internal funds.
Yes, this is a public hearing for final approval of policy 6610, school internal funds. Is there anyone here who would like to speak to this item? If so, please come forward. Seeing none, I feel it appropriate to close the public hearing.
I recommend final approval of policy 6610, school internal funds.
So moved.
Second.
It has been moved and properly second. All those in favor, let it be known by a usual sign of aye.
Aye.
5-0 unanimous. And now we need to have discussion about the contract for general counsel services with the firm of Gray Robinson, PA. I'm ready to hear from board member discussion.
First, I'll make a recommendation. I recommend approval of the general counsel services with the firm of Gray Robinson.
So
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and properly I'm sorry.
Just 1 second. Stand by.
Let us vote.
No, once you open for discussion, he can speak.
Okay, it's open for discussion. You got there before we closed it, so come on down.
Sorry, I thought you were going to ask for public comment. I just don't, I read this and I saw that it came out on Friday in the agenda, and I didn't see any information about why. I was wondering whether he was still going to be here, so maybe you could unconfuse viewers about what the general counsel is being used for versus existing attorneys that we have.
Well, this particular item is to change our general counsel to the new firm from Mr. Myers' firm.
All right,
So Mr. Myers would no longer be our general counsel.
we just got him trained.
The existing contract expires next meeting.
Okay,
That helps.
all right, well, I just wasn't clear because it didn't say that. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other comments or discussions? Okay. Then, with none being seen or heard, we've heard the recommendation from the superintendent. All those in favor, let it be known by usual sign of aye.
Aye.
5-0 unanimous. Mrs. Cornegie, your report.
We've had 3 letters of condolence that were sent since our last meeting. First of all, condolences were sent to Linda Carter. She's a teacher assistant at Eustis Heights Elementary, and Deborah Rogers, one of our retired principals, in the loss of their father, Reverend Max Wayne Carter. Also, to the family of Michael McDuffie, an electrician in our Maintenance and Operations North Department, for the loss of his father, Michael McDuffie Sr., and also condolences to the family of Ann Lackey, our food service manager at Tavares Elementary. I also wanted to recognize 3 outstanding business partners for the their contributions to our schools. This is something that will be added with the new year, a new opportunity to recognize many of our business partners. I'd like to first recognize Bay Pharmacy. They've been a longtime supporter of our Eustis schools. In each quarter, they give 4 teachers $150 for their classroom. I want to thank Bay Pharmacy for their support of our schools. Also, Sonic Drive-In in Eustis and Wendy's in Mount Dora. They gave a lot of coupons and freebies away to the staff at Eustis Middle School for the holidays, so I want to say thank you to them. And lastly, Gray Vogel and the Golden Triangle Kiwanis, they have provided food for needy families throughout the holidays, and I want to thank them for taking care of our families. I just want to echo what Carmen mentioned in terms of our Teacher of the Year finalists and congratulate the 3 of them. We look forward to the upcoming celebration on February 1st, where we will announce our Teacher of the Year winner. Also, Carmen mentioned the Hall of Fame, so I just want to make sure that if you have someone that you would like to nominate who is a graduate of a Lake County Public School and they've gone on to make significant contributions in our community and beyond, please make sure you nominate them. Also, don't forget that Monday, January 15th, in observance of Martin Luther King Jr., we will be closed that day. And so I know what's on everyone's mind tonight is tomorrow's weather, which we just found out about 2 hours ago that there was a significant weather event for tomorrow. I've spent the last couple of hours on the phone with our Emergency Operations Center looking at the timing of that weather, and they believe that we will be fine to have school tomorrow, but they do recommend that we end school early. So we're going to run our Wednesday schedule tomorrow so that students will be released early. So Ms. Owens in the back has already put out a message to families and to staff letting them know that we're going to run our Wednesday schedule tomorrow. I've been in conversation with transportation so that they're aware. Parents who opt to keep their children home tomorrow may do so. There will be no, we will not mark them. It will be an excused absence is what I'm trying to say tomorrow. I was going to say we're not going to take attendance. We will take attendance. We will not mark them. It will be an excused absence tomorrow. If they choose to keep them home, we understand that every family might want to make that decision on their own, but we'll get kids home early and we will get them home safely, and we don't expect there to be any winds until late in the afternoon that might prevent any transportation from running. We're going to cancel our after-school events, including our night school program for tomorrow evening. Our ELC program will remain open since it should be open throughout the duration of the more significant weather. And parents can, because parents pick up their children and there's no transportation provided by us, parents can make that decision as to when they want to pick up their child. They want to pick them up early. But just know that tomorrow will be a very windy and rainy day. They said sustained winds will be about 20 to 30 starting around 10 a.m. and run through most of the day. But we've seen that before, and that's about what we're experiencing outside right now. It's pretty windy. So it's going to be windy and rainy, and parents make whatever choice you feel is in the best interest of your child. And those that are with us will be in very good hands and very safe, and we'll get them home safely tomorrow.
Thank you. Mr. Mathias, board member comments?
Just very quickly, I want to wish everyone that's back to school and hope everyone had a blessed Christmas and Happy New Year. I want to, for 1 second, just say to Mr. Myers, I really appreciate your service, Mr. Myers. I know that it was took more time than probably you expected, and that your decision I respect and appreciate. I also want to welcome Mr. Cole. He's with us. I had the opportunity to shake his hand, and I think that we're going to be in very good stead, and you can rest assured that things will be handled in an expeditious and straightforward way. So welcome, Mr. Cole, and peace. That's it.
The only thing I had as well was to recognize the Teacher of the Year finalist. I think it's one of the favorite days that we have as board members, the ones that get to attend, to see the excitement on their faces and their students' faces, because we get to surprise them when they're in class teaching. And so one of our finalists, Brittany at Carver, her son was actually in the room when we surprised her, and that was probably a really special moment for them as well. And so we're looking forward to see who the winner will be on February 1st, and we appreciate Carmen's inclusion of us in that event because it's really special, and I always enjoy when I get to do it. So, and similar to Mr. Mathias, welcome back. It was an interesting 2 days, and I appreciate a 2-day start back because it takes a minute to get back into a rhythm and a routine after such a fun Christmas and New Year's holiday. So, and I don't know who you're rooting for tonight, but go whoever.
Mr. Dodd?
Yes.
Likewise, just wanted to offer my congratulations to the Teacher of the Year finalists, and thankful to the entire caravan that went out to go out and surprise these folks. It's very, very meaningful. So,
Thank you.
thank you.
Mr. Brandyberg?
Ditto. Teacher of the Year is always a fun day. Enjoyed going to Carver Middle, seeing Brittany, seeing her son in the classroom was very special. So just a great day of celebration for our teachers and our staff. Wanted to echo Mr. Mathias' comments to Mr. Myers. Thank you for what you've done for me over the last 18 months. I've enjoyed working with you. It's been good counsel, and I've always appreciated how quickly you get back to me. So thank you for your time. Best of luck moving forward. I know you'll continue to do good things. Welcome, Mr. Cole. Looking forward to working with you and all the great things that are going to happen moving forward. Lastly, wanted to thank Miss Luke. She came by Leesburg High School the other evening for a very great basketball game between Leesburg High School and Eustis. The final score doesn't matter, but Leesburg did win. But we had a great time, packed stadium, a lot of good energy, and just a fun night overall. So always a good day to be a Yellow Jacket. That's all I've got.
It's 1-1 now. I didn't say anything.
Hey.
We're tied up now.
Last one went to us, so I mean, that's all that matters. First one's ancient history.
Okay, children, let's not bicker. I'd like to express my gratitude to Mr. Myers. It's been a pleasure, sir. I wish you much luck moving forward, as I'm sure you will do well. Mr. Cole, welcome. We're happy to have you, and we're looking forward to working with you. And if there's nothing further, we will call this meeting adjourned. Thank you.